This is the Virgo Experience. The sun has now moved into Virgo, and now we will begin to feel this Virgo energy. So, I'm gonna go ahead and explain what it's like to experience the sign Virgo. The Virgo Experience, man. So, throughout my life, I've had many Virgo friends, Virgo soulmates, Virgo everything, Virgo acquaintances, and these people are very unique beings. They are ruled by the element earth. Their modality is mutual bond, and they're ruled by the planet Mercury. And a lot of people don't know this, but they are also ruled by the planet Vulcan. Now, this planet or star isn't really noted too much, as a lot of different things in the universe aren't in modern astrology or astronomy. But this is um, this planet is the Achilles planet. This planet represents the warrior with the Achilles heel. And Virgo relates to all of these things in so many ways. So Virgo is very practical um, with his thoughts because he or she is ruled by Mercury. So Virgo is always thinking um, in a practical way about things. They're always analyzing and trying to figure things out, trying to figure out how things tick, how things work. And they usually always do. Not in every case, but usually they always do, because this is how they navigate through life. They navigate through life trying to understand and put the pieces, the details together into the big picture in order for them to see the big picture, because Virgo initially sees the details. That's one thing that I always noticed about Virgos. Whenever I would meet a Virgo, is that they would notice everything all the time, especially having to do with me. And I would always notice, like, these people are noticing everything that's happening, and they wouldn't make it obvious. They would just make it you'll be able to tell in little ways, like um maybe they'll ask you, a question about something that you didn't think that they necessarily might have noticed, but they noticed it. Virgos are like that. Virgos are paying attention to every move you make, everything you say, even if they don't make it apparent. They're noticing everything. So that's one thing about Virgos. And this is due to their ruling planet, Mercury. Their ruling planet, Mercury, is the mental planet, the planet that likes to analyze and think. Now, Mercury, because it's such a thinking, analyzing energy, usually always causes some type of split in their personality. Much like Gemini, except Gemini, there is a lot more variety in personality going on, because this is an air sign. Virgo is an earth sign, so it has to stay grounded with its thoughts, so it can't go too far in its different personalities. But Virgo usually always has two sides, and this is where I call the angel and um, the Achilles are at play. You have this angelic side of Virgo that's very genuine, okay, very pure. Everything they do is pure in intent. Everything that they say is genuine, you know. Um, they have pure hearts, and they're not really so aware or keen to um, the darker, uh, deceptive motives that people may have that they come around. Now, the other side of Virgo, the Achilles side of Virgo, is the side of Virgo that has taken on a little bit too much. This is the side of Virgo that you might think is kind of crazy. Um, this is the Virgo that has no he has no cap. I'll put it like that. Um, once their mind has created this reality in their head, and usually it's reality where they have to defend themselves. They turn into this Achilles warrior that um, you pretty much can't out defeat unless you hit them in their ankle. That's the only place you can hit them, you know, and they'll actually fall and be at bay. This side of Virgo is the warlike Virgo, the Virgo that will kill you. Yes, Virgos definitely have that side, and um, I've seen this contrast a lot in many of my Virgo friends and uh, other other Virgos that I've met. Experiencing Virgo is experiencing servitude. Experiencing Virgo is experiencing what it's like to be served. So this is another way that Virgo moves through life. They move through life willing to serve. And when they do serve, they're serving for this higher being. They're serving for this higher being, this higher vibration. They're serving for this. So this is why you'll also find that experiencing a Virgo, all they want to do is be of service to you. Okay, you have to keep this in mind as well whenever you're dealing with the Virgo, because if you're not quite aware of their need to be helpful, their need to be of service to you, then you might neglect this, and they'll end up feeling like they serve no purpose in your life. Or you know, if you're doing everything for them and they're not really able to do anything for you in return, they'll end up feeling like they have no purpose in really being around you. Now that doesn't mean to say that they won't keep you around, you know, in their lives. Of course, why not? This is a tool. This is another another person or thing, or in a practical sense, that you can somehow use if you need it. But of course, they won't have as much interest in giving you any help or anything like that. And again, if you are giving them all of the help, because these people want to serve, and they want to serve for a being that is of a higher vibration. So um by you being this being that is of a higher vibration, you have to emanate this, you have to emanate that, yes, I am, of the same source that you are of. And you kind of have to vibrate that energy that, yes, I am worthy of being served type energy. Not really like, yeah, do all of this, do all of that, but you have to vibrate that energy of worthiness of being served in this kind of way. And Virgo will enjoy handling all of your details and things that you do. Experiencing Virgo, you may be a little frustrated with their lack of expression. You may be around Virgo or experiencing this Virgo a lot in your life, probably for over a year, maybe. Who knows how long it's been. And you'll begin to notice that you don't really get much of an emotional response from these people. Virgo does not do well with emotional displays of affection. Virgo Virgo doesn't do well with verbally speaking on their affections. Virgo doesn't do well thinking too much on emotional things. They are very in love with the fantasy. They're very in love with the fantasy. What's not really real, but the ideal, their perception of what whatever a relationship is, or whatever a friendship is, or whatever any type of dealing is. This is what they picture all the time. And if anything ever falls short of that, or doesn't really come up to play with that, uh, these people will kind of shut down and retreat to analyze some more, instead of really communicating. So if you are experiencing a Virgo right now, or if you are a Virgo, one thing that a Virgo definitely needs and would benefit in having is someone that is very good at communicating. And I'm not talking about communication like your everyday, hey, what you doing? What you ate? Oh yeah, you ate some watermelon? That's cool. I ate some bananas. Like, no, not that type of communicating. They need someone that can communicate the things that they can't, the things that are hard for them to say. Virgo needs someone to talk about the things that need to be talked about, the kind of like the dark secrets and the dirty little um, things that, and they don't even really have to be dirty, but just things that Virgo would not talk about on their own, because they are very shy people, and they are very sensitive to the vibrations around them. So if they don't feel comfortable being able to open up and say what it really is, or have the stimulation to say or talk about whatever it is that needs to be talked about, then they won't do it. And they'll just keep working, working, serving. Another thing, Virgos love, like I said, to be of service. So to avoid having to deal with a lot of things that they would rather not deal with, they deal with this by overworking themselves, overdoing. These people are doers. Virgos are major doers. They're always looking for something to do, somewhere to go, how they can make this, how they can do that, because Virgo specializes in specialty. Virgo specializes in specialty. These people are good at being specialists. Okay, they're good at doing stuff. They're perfectionists. So whatever they do, they want to perfect. So you'll find that a lot of Virgos, experiencing a Virgo, that they're good at handling a lot of things. They might be good at fixing a car, and also might be good at cleaning, the house, and they also might be good at cooking, and they also might be good at building, you know, and all these things that Virgo is good at. Okay, but the world right now is not really concerned with who's good at what. The world right now is concerned with who's successful, who has status, who has prestige, who, has this monopolizing business. And this can cause Virgo to stumble a little bit in getting by, because these are people that are good at just being who they are, and the world demands for fame and prestige and success, when these people like the simple things. These people don't like to be in the spotlight. They don't like to be seen all the time. They want to just contribute and serve. This can cause Virgo, in a lot of cases, to become disheartened, get their sensitivities ran through a little too much, to the point where these people can become almost like a harlot. This is when their servitude turns into almost like prostitution. Anything is for sale. Anything is up for bargain. Anything, what you want, how you need it. Okay, we could do it like this. All right, cool. And that's how Virgo begins to live their life when it comes to their skills and things of that nature. They become cold in this way because they're no longer attached to what they do. Who they are is no longer attached to what they do. What they do is their alter ego. What they do is outside of them. And when they come back home, or when they're finished whatever they're doing, then they go back to being themselves. Experiencing Virgo, you might get very, very, very annoyed with their criticisms, with their nitpicking, with their nagging. And they do this because, like I said, they're perfectionists. the world is only supposed to be one way and one way only. And this way is the ideal that they've created in their minds of how the world is supposed to be. Now, usually, if they're of a high vibration, then this ideal makes sense. This ideal is for the better of the people. This ideal is for the better of the world. This ideal is something that will really make the world a better place. Um, but the downside of that can be, that the world is not this ideal. The world is the world, and it will play out however it will play out, however things are supposed to go. And this can make Virgo very agitated. This can make Virgo very critical, like I said. And whenever they get into this state of overly criticizing and being overtly negative and equating negativity with reality, this is when Virgo has a lot of emotional things going on that they have not yet addressed, not yet sifted through, not yet come to terms with. So if you have a Virgo in your life, or if you are a Virgo, it is, important to try to connect with them on an emotional level. Try to see what's wrong, with them emotionally. What happened? Why are you upset? What's wrong? Because it's usually something more than what they're saying or what they're making it out to be. There's also two types of Virgos that I've also experienced. And this first type of Virgo can be very practical. As we know, Virgos are practical. But this Virgo can be so practical to the point where anything that's not practical doesn't make practical sense. This is the Virgo that needs everything to be done on time. This is the Virgo that needs everything to be in place and in order and to be clean. And this is the Virgo that is overly critical a lot of the time. So this Virgo is a little bit more, probably has a little bit more earth and air signs in their chart that makes them more practical, makes them more sturdy, makes them more unyielding and kind of not very open to possibilities beyond the mundane. The second type of Virgo is the Virgo that probably has a little bit more water and fire in their chart. This Virgo is still very Virgo-ish, but they have a keen sense and connection to this more mystical side of life. And this mystical side of life can keep them in dark places. They can keep them kind of sullen is the word. They have sullen looks, this type of Virgo usually would need to be reminded of details just so they can snap out of it from time to time. Remind them, oh hey, Look at how that they stitched that pillow. Look at how the pillow is all not stitched right. You see that? And then boom, they'll snap out of it and be like, oh my gosh. And now they're paying attention to the details in the pillow instead of whatever world they zipped off to. So experiencing Virgo can be um, a very good experience. It can be very enlightening to um, yourself. It can be very enlightening in a lot of ways pertaining to who you are in relation to this person. Because Virgo mirrors and mimics a lot of things that they find themselves around. So whether it be a partner, a friend, a family member, they vibe off of you and you vibe off of them vibing off of you. Kind of thing. So experiencing Virgo can make you realize that, hey, you can make you can make things better. You can always make things better. You can always have room for improvement. You can always change things about yourself, and that not always be a bad thing. You know, Experiencing Virgo lets you know that it's possible to apply yourself and create the world that you would like to see, the world, that you have idealized in your mind. And it might not be, you know, realistically present, but it is present in the things that you do and the things that you indulge in, the way you live your life. This is what the Virgo experience can teach you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Virgo experience, and thank you for watching.